like praise and worship,
Yeah.
and they're all singing about going to their husband's houses.
Oh,
They're
wow.
manifesting, they're claiming,
Oh, wow.
and it's a whole song.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Okay to us, the viewers. People in church didn't find it funny.
They
It
ain't
was
finding it funny.
full serious and all of
Man.
that.
I don't like.
I'm not knocking their hustle. I'm
think-
just saying.
Anyways, like, so for me, generally, like, lots of things that I think there are things that don't need to end up on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I get it. Like in some churches, like maybe that's their ministry, or like, yeah, you want to pray for the young ones. There are two things about, like, yeah, it's okay to do that, but like, why does that be on social media? Why do you have to post it? Why do you have to record it?
Well,
Like,
how else do you get
some
more?
parts
How
of-
else do you get more people?
well, I get
It's
that.
publicity.
I've always said that I don't believe that
All publicity is good
religious
publicity.
companies should be advertising. I think it's ridiculous.
Why?
Because what are you advertising?
It's an industry. Everybody has to
Yeah,
advertise.
that's
It's
why.
marketing.
That's why they do it. Obviously, I get that. But like, I don't think like if you're
It's ethical.
actually even like not even ethics, right? Just the ideology of the religion. Like, God is going to find whoever is going to find wherever. It's not a competition to get the most people into your own company.
How else do you
No, that's
get
what I'm
more
saying. That's what
offering?
it is. That's what it is now. That everybody is trying to maximize.
No, but that's
profit.
what it's
Returns.
always been. I mean,
Yeah,
think
well-
about
Yeah,
the
but
Catholic
should you
Church
even-
crusades. Think about colonialism.
No, so
it's
that's what I'm
all
saying. Like, I don't even have a problem with
marketing.
you having service and doing crusades and all do it, but like
no,
I
no,
think
no. I'm
that's
talking
heavy
crusades,
publicity.
like the crusades where people were killed.
Oh, by being killed. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
talking about the.
Yeah.
That's all marketing now. That's all
Same
marketing.
marketing. Oh no, man. I saw another one the other day, yesterday actually, of a video of some group, and they were just there like praying in tongues. So they're praying in tongues. I'm like,
I think praying in tongues is bullshit.
and it's not a matter of whether I think it's bullshit or not. I don't think it's bullshit, but I just don't see the point of putting that on social media. People just praying in tongues. Like,
That's what attracts other people.
how? How does people just praying in tongues attract someone
What's
else?
praying in tongues?
Speaking in
Feeling the spirit and speaking in
Speaking
the
in-
language.
What spirit? The Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
speaking in unknown tongues.
It's a gift.
Unknown language.
That everybody inherently has.
No. It doesn't have to be everybody. It's not for everybody.
So how come you go to churches and they pray for you and they tell you
To speak in tongues.
they tell you that they'll pray for you and you become born again, and when prayer is done they ask you to speak in tongues.
I think lots of churches.
Batistuta, Shevchenko, Steven Gerald,
You just know the ones that scammed their way out of
Thierry Henry.
religious
Thierry Henry.
That's what he said.
Please stop. I beg.
It's just called.
I know people who did that, and like they were like, "Oh yes, this guy is the one." So I'm
See,
sure
the
that there's a part of the Bible, I can't remember well. There's a part of the Bible that says something about it being wrong to speak in tongues when there isn't an interpreter.
Well, I don't know.
Otherwise, what are you doing? To what end? What purpose?
Well, I can't speak.
There we go.
I don't know.
on
I don't know
something
if it's necessarily wrong, but ideally, most times when, at least I think in the Bible, like most like when someone would speak in tongues, there would be someone to interpret. The thing is, so all of them are being able to interpret, being able to speak. They are supposed to be
Gifts.
individual, separate gifts. Yes. So it's possible that someone may not be there, and then also speaking in tongues also is. It's now also seen as a way of, how would I say, edifying the spirit. So it's not necessarily speaking for translation. Speaking of that, I've actually been in a sermon where
Edifying the spirit. What does
well, that's-
edifying mean?
That's what it's described as.
What does edifying mean? Sorry.
What does it mean to promote. Is that what edify will be?
No, it's
To uplift the spirit. Yeah.
No, but that's bollocks, because the spirit
Doesn't it uplift?
it uplifts you, so you're not uplifting nothing.
Yeah, instruct or improve morally or intellectually.
All right, yeah. So,
So-
you're
So
so then why do so if you're what's that word, edifying?
yeah.
If you're edifying the spirit, why do you need the spirit? Why do you need to be filled by the spirit? Are you a tutor or something? Why?
Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah,
above,
yeah.
if you're above and you're higher than the spirit, why do you need to be filled by
No,
the
you're
spirit?
not higher than. So maybe it's just wordings, right? So you're edifying your spirit by not the Holy Spirit.
Isn't that what the Holy Spirit is meant to do?
It's part of it's the Holy Spirit.
If you could edify
it's the
your
Holy
spirit,
that
why
also
would you
gives
need to be
the
filled
gift
by
to
the Holy
speak in
Spirit?
tongues, right? So like, I don't fully
Exactly.
get.
That's
But
the-
I've actually been in a service where someone has been speaking in tongues and someone
translated.
interpreted. Yes.
I haven't.
Okay.
Yes,
Fantastic.
I've actually been.
And this person was fluent in Holy Ghost speak.
It's.
I mean, obviously you had to
So again, like I can't tell you the specifics of it right now, but like,
Mhm.
so I don't know what the person that. Sometimes when people are speaking, they're not just speaking like you say Holy Ghost speak. So like people are also, like you said, encouraged to speak in the spirit, right? And that speaking in the spirit is not. I would not necessarily say is the speaking in tongues as it is understood in the Bible, right? Because it's not like you are speaking in the Bible. When you are speaking in tongues, you are speaking in a diverse tongue. Because it was an actual language, just not a language that the people there were familiar
Speaking
with.
what all the languages, speaking whatever languages. But
Exactly.
then
You know, so like now a lot of people that speak in tongues now, a lot of times they're even like mimicking other people that they've heard speak in tongues because they are encouraged to speak in tongues. Sometimes you get into it to a point where you're not even in control of what you are speaking.
fantastic.
Right.
All right, cool.
So that person that day, I don't know if the person was speaking as you said
So-
in spirit. What did you say? Well, they are fluent in
So-
spirit.
Speak.
Spirit.
So
Right.
so
Spirit speak.
you go on holiday to Barcelona, yeah?
Yeah.
And you go on a night out or something, you have fun with friends, or well, you're there for what, like 2 weeks, right?
Mhm.
So 13th day, you kind of have too much to drink, and you're nice, and a fight breaks out, but everyone in the local bar speaks Spanish.
Except you.
Yes, you're in the spirit. You just start speaking Spanish. Hmm?
I'm not sure.
You follow.
I'm not.
You don't think it's relatable?
Say that again.
Okay. All right. So you're in the zone in Spain, a bar, right?
Yeah.
You're jovial. You're in the spirit of everything that's Spanish.
Mm.
You had lots of tapas. You've had paella for lunch and stuff. Drank lots of Spanish port wine, and you're everything Spanish. A fight breaks out at the bar. People are arguing and throwing fits in Spanish. You're in the zone. Why don't you just start speaking Spanish to roll of your tongue?
First of all,
If it's
the
that
other
easy
people
to
would
pick up
have
a
to be-
language.
The other people would have to be in the spirit to understand.
No.
whatever
Well,
it
they
is.
speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you just start speaking Spanish? Because you're in the spirit. Well, the Holy Ghost works different in mysterious ways.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
one. Two, so speaking in spirit isn't just that you're just going to pick up a language of. It's possible that someone could be there and start speaking Spanish. It's possible, but usually, and that's why they say it's a gift. It's usually tied in with the gift of, let's say, prophecy. So like, it's you being able to pass a message in that time. So it is possible that someone might be there and we start speaking under the influence of the Spirit, and we're speaking Spanish. But that's different from the one where you are consciously speaking in the Spirit.
So personally, do you actually believe in people speak in tongues? Do you genuinely believe this is from the core
Me
of your
personally?
being, your
personally?
yes, your knowledge, your exposure, everything? Do you believe in that?
Yeah, me personally, yeah.
You believe in it too? Okay.
Like
To
I
each
said,
his own, right?
I mean, every 4 years we have general elections, and
Wow.
people comment on their positions. So I'm not
Are
surprised.
you speaking to the prophecies?
Oh no,
Are
I'm
you
just
speaking
saying
to the
I'm not
prophecies that usually
surprised
come
by
out
human
around this
nature
time?
behavior.
About who is going to be our next president and how the person is going to lead us to the promised land.
That's the one thing that people who choose. That's the one thing that people who choose fail to do. Acknowledge that you're casting a vote for leadership. You see, first of all, you need to understand in its entirety what leadership truly means. To be able to cast anything that resembles a reasonable vote, a justifiable vote. Most people cast votes based on sentiments, based on
Information they're exposed
inshallah, based on information they're exposed to.
inshallah.
And a lot more people are too lazy to actually go out and search for information to make informed decisions for themselves than they would otherwise, you know. They rather just, oh, someone said this, they adopt it, and that's that.
Are they lazy though?
Brutally,
Oh, yeah.
brutally, irrevocably lazy.
And
In
it's
our
not-
part,
may-
in our
maybe-
part,
Irredeemably,
hold on.
not even irrevocably.
In our part of the
irredeemably lazy.
country, where we are slaves to religion and culture.
Yeah.
I know you guys think it's laziness, but these
Maybe-
things
I
are so
may
powerful.
not say lazy, but continue.
These things are so powerful that a lot of people, without a will of their own, hand over these rights.
Without their own will. That's not true.
First of all, poverty has been weaponized.
Still. It still doesn't.
It's not still.
Yes.
It's a thing.
Fair
Poverty
enough.
has been
I agree with
weaponized,
you.
And
but
then when I say poverty, I don't mean poverty of the pockets, although that is our
poverty is
major,
in its entirety.
in its entirety,
Yes.
has been weaponized.
Yes.
And then so that means handing over their will
No.
to religious and cultural leaders.
I don't think it's handing over. I think it's subduing them. So they know what they're doing. They choose to do it because it's the path of least resistance.
Least, I think a lot of people, and that's why I say I don't think necessarily laziness. People just don't want to own the responsibility. It's easier to say, "Well, I did it because this person said I should do it."
Path of least resistance.
Yeah,
Accountability.
Yeah.
No.
that's what a lot of it is. Like you,
But
see-
then
you
there's
see-
a
you
different
see
thing with
lots of
accountability, no. But then accountability and then standing firm in your lack of account, like backing it up even with violence.
So there are spineless people who, like I said, they want something, but they're only going to take. They're only going to take the path of least resistance.
Yes, I hear you, but then it's a cycle.
They would not do the hard work, so they rather resort to violence or intimidation, which is what violence is. Intimidation by fear of conflict or injury or something. I mean, if you don't have the mental fortitude to speak to someone and convince them to change their ways, then you're not half as strong as you think you are.
Oh boy.
You don't
know how
have
many
to. You don't
people-
have to
know
be
how many people
physical.
in this country don't understand what mental fortitude means.
Well, of course, it's alien to them, and that's what I meant by what I said earlier on.
Well,
So you see, with last week we spoke about Deborah who got killed, and things have only escalated since then.
Yeah, it's
in
spreading
other
in
parts of
Bauchi.
the
Different,
countries.
yes, true.
Other part Bauchi, it's spread
Churches
also
got
down
burnt
to
in
the east.
Bauchi, and
the east
people
as well.
got shot, killed in the east. But you see, these are all cowards. I don't care what region you're from. If you're from the north, if you're from the south, if you're Fulani, if you're Igbo, if you're Yoruba, if you're Bendelite, it doesn't matter. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the entire region. Niger Delta, no, it doesn't matter. You're South. It really doesn't matter.
So you think, using your analogy, you think conversation, facing the problem, talking the problem down,
it's the hardest thing to do, but it's the right thing to do. There are many situations where, I mean, people, like, there's conflicts because one person doesn't have access to information, the other person doesn't understand this person, and so they do like the most basic thing human beings do, or rather they do the one thing basic human beings do, which is assume. The weakest form of intelligence, right? Assumption, yeah. You fill in the gap yourself without going through the painstaking effort to find out, to inquire.
But you see, that's the thing. A lot of this assumption, thanks to peer pressure from dead people, aka our culture.
Peer pressure from dead people? No.
AKA our culture. Yeah, it's what's been handed over from generation to generation.
Can I say something?
Wait, hold on. It's what's been handed over from generation to generation. And then it's become law. People believe in these stereotypes. People believe in these cliches.
Okay.
People tell you the Igbo man is all about his money. He doesn't care about your life.
Okay.
You're in Kano, you are the chosen.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, so this is what I wanted to say about that statement, right? I think there's some bits that need more clarity. So bits where you said they are law, I think it's more custom than it is law.
No, I mean law as in L-O-R-E. Law.
Okay. So yeah. So I think that's actually culture.
Lore.
That's actually culture you're describing.
Basically.
What a group of people within a certain space decide, communally agree to do because they all agree and identify with it.
Yes, consciously and unconsciously.
So truth of the matter is that is not law, right?
It's not.
And no human being has to accept it. You can reject it. And so it goes back to the start of this conversation about free will. You have free will. It's not taken from you. You decide to collude. Look, there are places where people are still eating today. Little packets of Nigeria, Abia, Ugep, in Cross River and everything. You can choose to refuse that. There are places up north, huge place, where young girls are still being married off. 8, 13-year-olds, 6. And they're defiled, organs destroyed. You can choose not to continue that culture because you know better, you're exposed. That's free will.
But you're overestimating our exposure because people have to see better to know better. There's a story of a guy who, the Grand Knight, what do they call the KKK Supreme Leader? The Grand Knight or whatever. His grandchild, a Jew, was able to, when he went to college, a Jew was able to show him that, look, your white supremacy hatred is fucked up. And it took time for him to be able to distance himself from his family and from everything he loves. Because even as we're in the 21st century, he was ostracized for it by his family.
Yes. So human beings have this inherent nature to want to belong to one group or the other. It's part of what is infused into our social programming, right? You want to be a part of a community or something, right? Now, to be part of the community, you must accept the rules and the regulations and the culture of that community and stuff, right? The truth of the matter is free will. You have a sense free will. You have a sense of self. Then you see yourself beyond the confines of groupings. That's where you get lots of outliers and why they say they are different. Because they don't depend on this bullshit we call society to thrive. And that's why they excel. Elon Musk, Bill Gates. There are too many other, Warren Buffett. There are too many examples. They all have this quirky, odd thing about them. Nerdy, geeky, or something. Because they refuse to conform. You don't have to. Who the fuck or what the hell is society? It's bullshit. It's an idea that is old and makes absolutely no sense. It's the reason why there's rape today. It's the reason why there's abuse. It's the reason why capitalism thrives. It's the reason why people have the warped impression of livelihood and have the shittiest values ever. Why there's corruption, why there's greed. I'll pick community every single day of the week over society. Society is flawed. It's an abomination.
Yeah, but doesn't community lead to society?
No, it doesn't.
Explain.
It does.
Hold on. I'd like to hear because I feel like when you're in a community, whatever good you as a community do is what's the word? Explodes. Whatever bad you do as a community, same thing.
So why?
And that also leads to society. But I'd like to hear.
I'll basically just summarize it to this: society is about standing, ranking, clout, positioning, right? Level, position, right? I think I said ranking. Yeah.
I understand hierarchy.
That's society.
Hierarchy.
Community is about the people, support,
But
development,
regardless of whatever
growth,
community, hierarchies,
survival.
hierarchies will, water will find its way. Hierarchy will make its way in.
So, like I said, I will forever be more about community because it's about people and about sustenance and about growth and about sharing, about informing, about educating than society, which is about ranking and clout and showmanism and big manism and superiority and everything.
So I think well, I don't know. I think community and society they're kind
They're
of
not the same thing.
no. So community. How do you look at community?
It's about people,
But yes,
group of people.
yes. But that society is about people.
No,
But community, society.
society is not about people.
They both breed
Society is about standards. It's not about people.
culture. I don't know. when you say standard, what do you mean? When you say
Hierarchy.
standard, what do you mean?
Classism, ranking, positioning.
Okay, you see,
That's society for you.
So
do you-
society is
what does
Voyeurism.
community
is
evolve
the
into?
aggregate of people living together
What does
in more or
community-
less ordained community.
Sorry?
Society is the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community.
So yeah, that's
So maybe so community essentially maybe like a smaller unit. It's like where there's no like no
No.
structure.
No, that's what. Wait, that's the
No.
point I was trying to get to. Does community
That's
evolve
wrong.
into society?
No, they are distinct things. They're
Okay,
different
but
things.
then I think I understand what you're saying.
The
is
context of society you're reading is
you
somewhat
pick
different.
a community to
No, that's
belong
not the
to,
definition
right?
of society.
You pick a community to belong to, right?
Yes, so yes. The
But then
community
a
of
society-
architects, a community of
That's-
medical doctors or medical practitioners.
What you
That's contextual, yeah.
that's
But it's focused usually about people. A cause, a goal, growing, expanding, thriving. That's community.
because we've got societies like
Society is more hierarchy
So
and
between society and community.
Yeah.
Society is a group of people sharing the same culture, interests, opinions, etc. On the other hand, the community is defined as the group of as the group of living in a social structure. I don't really understand. But like
There are a lot more context. though.
But all of this is down to whether it's society or community, they are all breeding culture, right? The things we agree upon and the way we interact and the way we speak. So even if it's like a medical community, the medical jargon in which they speak is part of the culture that they breed, right? So
Funny that you say that. So would you suggest that the tongue speakers,
how are we back here?
Tongue speak.
Peter, let the tongue speakers
Spirit speak.
Peter, let
the tongue speakers with their spirit speak, would you suggest that they have their own community? Do they write books?
They do.
They write books
They
in
do.
tongues or in
Okay, no.
English. Why? Why not in tongues in the language?
No, but their community is not based on. Their community is not based on their ability to speak in tongues. Their community is based on their religious beliefs.
Jesus, group of people with similar traits. It actually is people who speak in
but,
tongues.
But you are now picking it down to a single. Their community is based on their initial belief. That ability to speak in tongues is not the primary pool.
No,
right?
it is community of tongue speakers.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody goes to another person and be like, "Hey, guy, we both speak in tongues. Let's hang out or let's form a community." Nobody
Oh
does
no,
that.
so they have a community because they speak in tongues.
I'm telling you that their community is based on their religious belief.
No.
Not on their-
So you have that. That's community of Christians. Not every
Yes.
Christian can speak in tongues.
Exactly,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
someone is not. So Christians that cannot speak in tongues are not segregated.
No,
Like those that
obviously
can
not.
speak
But there's a community of people who speak in tongues.
I don't know if
I don't know if they relate to each other as that you speak
exactly.
in tongues, I speak in
That's
tongues.
what I'm
Let's
saying.
So you have tons of engineers, but you have
Yeah.
community of mechanical engineers. In fact, you even have society of mechanical engineers. The society is where you establish hierarchy. You have the fellows, you have the members, you have practitioners, you have fellow members, you have I said fellows, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you see ranks. F, NSE, M,
and
NSE.
community is
Do you get what I mean?
and community is what?
No, it's everybody. Whether you're FNSC, MNSC, whether you're a fellow or member or practitioner, you're all a community of engineers, of, maybe marine engineers or civil engineers or something.
Sorry, Paul? Just say what you want. What's going on? See, I don't want to make. We are, but it's like you're trying to pass an important message.
No, I came to say thank you for showing up.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
I'm just coming from there.
Thanks for the invite. How did it go? You can come and give a brief update if you like. How much did you guys raise? Billions?
100, about.
Okay, so that's
good,
nice.
That's nice.
So at an event
We're
where
there
they
since
are,
5:30.
Since 5:30.
Yeah.
Yes, because it comes. But then they hadn't kicked off for
they
it
had
by
not.
then.
Yeah.
I had to come here
That
to
shows.
something.
Oh, really?
So at an event where they were trying to raise money
Oh,
to aid children in need of
150 kids.
150 kids in need
Yeah, for
of
their surgeries.
heart surgery,
Good.
right? So we're glad to hear that they were able to raise over 100 million. We hope that it's not like
100
government.
million.
Good cause.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That's
please,
nice.
what's the name of the organization again?
Hospitals for Humanity.
So please, if you can, Hospitals for Humanity, look them up. If you can still contribute,
Humanity.org.
hospitalsforhumanity.org.
We'll put. Is there a link?
Please.
Is there something we?
Yeah,
can
we'll put the website.
Put the website
in the description.
and wherever.
So please
the
send your
episode.
dollars, send your pounds.
Send your crypto. The ones that are making money,
Jesus.
not the one.
Send the bank account details.
Anyways, moving on.
America killed children again.
People got killed in America.
There's
much
been more mass shootings in America than there have been days in the year. Again,
This year. Well,
this
so
year. There have been 214 mass shootings.
No, it's way more. 60 something. Oh.
And there's only 100 and something days in the year. it doesn't make sense.
To who?
You know,
you?
to me and you that
Well,
are making money off of it, but it's
I
capitalism.
don't
innit?
know.
It's capitalism central.
I don't know.
See, I mean, we're watching a video earlier about a young boy who was
13 years old.
who was moved from place to place. He went to a shop and tried to buy cigarettes, tried to buy alcohol, tried to buy pornographic
tickets.
magazine, tried to buy lottery
How do you know he went to buy pornography?
He's an
They
actor.
showed it.
He's an actor. It was a
so
social experiment.
yeah, so they had like
They
a
rigged him
camera
up with
on
a
him.
camera.
Yeah.
Ah, so he was asking for these things.
Yeah. So he
Went
would
in
go,
the
he
store,
would ask-
tried to buy
They would
alcohol.
ask him for his ID, how
What
he is.
store was random corner store or something?
Yeah, no, different stores.
Just the
Oh,
mall.
random.
yeah.
His mom was there as well.
Yeah.
What mall sells pornographic magazines?
No, obviously they went to a
They'll
porn
go to a porn store
for that.
for him to try and buy.
He went to corner store.
PAWN.
no,
No,
PORN.
PORN. Pornography.
Pornography.
In what country?
America.
America.
It doesn't have Pornhub.
That's
No,
not the
that's the
Can
point.
you not get to the end of this?
They asked him to go in, buy. The first thing they asked him to go in and buy was alcohol. They said he was
Oh, I
too young.
see.
You
Oh, I
see-
see, I see, I
oh,
see. Okay,
oh.
go on.
He's 13. He's
Right.
too young.
All right,
They
cool.
bounced him.
Mhm.
Asked him to go buy cigarettes. They were like, sorry, too young. Bounced him.
Yeah.
Asked him to go and buy pornographic materials.
Mhm.
Magazines.
He got it.
Bounced him. Too
Oh,
young.
wow, okay.
Asked him to go buy lottery tickets. The lady laughed and told him he was too young.
Mhm.
Fuck off. Goes into
She
Buy
did say
guns.
fuck off.
Goes in to buy guns.
buy guns. The guy was like,
What
"Oh
one do you want,
wow,
son?"
this is a good caliber for you. You'll be able to handle it." Hands over the money, carries the gun, and he leaves. A 13-year-old boy. The same 13-year-old boy. There's a video. If you guys want the link, holla at your boy. I'll send it to you.
You know, the thing is, and like we were saying, it's
No background check, no nothing. All the guy said was, "You'd be able to handle this rifle."
What store did he go to buy porn again?
I don't know. I have no idea. It was just a store.
Peter. That was not relevant to the.
Oh, no, I mean,
experiment.
I get that part. I get that part of, you know, him being able to buy guns.
Oh, no, there's stores that still sell pornographic magazines and stuff.
What state was this, do you know?
No idea. The Playboy is still printing magazines, don't they?
And Oslo too.
Yeah, but Playboy have stopped with the full spread, with the full nudity, I think.
No, but Playboy hadn't. Playboy wasn't really that.
Yeah,
tough
they were
on-
showing women's coochies. Like,
They were, but it was
But it's-
Hustler that was.
no, but they've stopped. I know
Playboy
it's-
was a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah,
Everybody had their niche.
I mean, yeah,
you're showing tits and
you had,
coochie,
you
like-
had Tumblr and Flickr for that now. So why would you subscribe to shit you could get free?
So what I was going to say is that you see this same thing we're talking about culture, right? And Americans, everyone will get up to say, "Oh, it's our Second Amendment rights. We have a right to own a gun." We have blah, blah, blah. It's all fine and good, but like those laws, that culture, that ideology came about in a different time.
It's around 50 years ago.
In a fucking different time. The times have changed.
Would
The
you-
reality of life has changed. The access to information and to things and the lack of control, self-control of humanity, it's changed. Like back then, that 13-year-old cannot just get a gun,
So
regardless of anything.
So do you feel, because I mean obviously everyone who owns a gun selling store in the US is a member of the NRA, right?
I don't know. I believe so.
Yes,
most
the
people.
National, is it Rifle
Rifle
Association, whatever,
Association,
yeah. And you'd usually find perhaps 9 out of 10 of them being Republicans than,
And Christians,
yeah, well,
evangelical Christians.
yeah, than otherwise, right? So,
A well-funded evangelical.
yeah, so I mean, based on stats, there's been no member out of the over 3 million or 4 million of them that has been convicted for any gun-related crime or anything. So they have a valid argument to suggest that, you know, owning a gun or endorsing gun use and everything, is
Oh,
far
you know,
fetched.
I've never really thought about it that way.
You know, so
But then,
they say guns don't kill people, people kill people,
Agreed.
which has there's a very very strong argument in there. Right?
yes, but the other strong argument is the other countries that have gun control
Right.
don't have 260 something
Right.
mass
So
shootings.
so let me
What are we? We're Nigeria. We're in a war-torn country, right?
so let me
Do you think
let me
we've had up to
justify.
200 and
I'm
something
not trying
mass
to be
shootings?
devil's advocate, but let me justify
We probably have.
the
I'm not
point,
fucking with
the
Nigeria.
opinion, right? So this is it. In the US, you have a lot of gun-related crime because it's relatively easy to obtain that weapon.
Right to bear arms.
It doesn't mean that people don't have the inherent nature or proclivity to cause harm, right? They will. So you have like the highest in the US, the highest frequency of gun-related violence and crime, right? So if you shift to another very important region in the West, which is the UK, and you do a comparison, you realize that, look, valid, I think the UK recorded at most like 3 or 4 or 2 or 3, probably between 1 and 5
Per year.
related, gun related,
Mhm.
crime, especially driven at like underage people. Here's the
Okay.
yes, is that if we say, okay, let's not look at guns anymore, let's look at knives, the UK will explode in thousands, right? It'll explode in thousands, and you'll be like, oh my God, we need to stop selling knives. We can't have knives in homes, we can't have knives anywhere. No, hang on. And then the US will say, so guns are better than knives. Thank God we don't have crackers who stab people. Trust me, you take away the guns, people will find another means. Is what I'm saying.
No, of course. But the thing
It's the nature to cause harm,
no.
the affinity to cause
Pete,
harm,
Pete,
not
Pete.
the weapon of choice.
Pete,
That's the problem.
Yes, great, fine. The thing is, knives have other purposes other than to kill. Guns are only used to kill. That's first of all. Secondly, if someone pops up to a school with a knife, the number of people he can kill is less than if he pops up with an assault rifle or an automatic weapon. So it's not just...
Do you think so?
Definitely. There's no question about it.
Have you played Call of Duty before?
Even in Call of Duty, the person that has an automatic weapon will kill more people than the person with a knife.
Yes.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Because your knife, you have to get close. And people can get to you before you get... How many people are you going to stab?
Oh man.
Someone can stab you and move on and you will still live.
Do you know, based on location, yeah, you're more susceptible to fatal injury from knife than you are from from gunshot.
Listen.
Peter, they still...
Slash you there, slash you there,
But to effect
slash
that...
you there.
To
You're
effect,
done.
to effect
Poke
that
you
one,
there.
to effect that one, you must know the actual places to target, and you must get that up close to the person.
I mean, if
I can
have
be over there and shoot you 5
Peter,
times
Peter,
before you do anything.
Peter, have you ever heard of a mass stabbing at a school?
a mass stabbing
Yes.
at a school.
One person walks in with knives, as many katanas as possible,
That's
and
the
goes on
reality
to,
of things.
to
Yes.
stab
Have you heard of
all
a
the
mass
students,
stabbing, huh?
19 students.
I mean, is this a movie themed Arabian Nights or something? I don't know.
I'm just saying, because
No,
somebody...
that's the point.
That's
Like
the
you've
point.
never heard of it.
Do they all
because-
have scabbards or what
No,
the hell?
no.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, one person just decides today...
No, I mean not now, but I mean couple hundred years ago.
Yeah, but
I'll
we're
tell
talking
you
right
yes.
now. We're talking right now. And right now, why is America not looking at repealing the laws? Why can't... See, it's... Okay, the gun laws
So-
are fine, yeah? Gun laws...
Are they?
No,
They
wait,
are
no,
not
no, no.
fine.
Hear me out, hear me out. The right to bear arms can stay. But why can I go in and buy an AR-15?
I'll tell you why. See,
without-
America is looking at the root cause. Guns are not the root cause. It's the people.
My G,
Nobody's arguing
G-
that.
Okay.
my
But
G.
when you now know that,
I don't endorse
when you now know that,
people having guns.
when you now
by the
know
way.
that,
The problem
when you
is-
now know that people are the problem,
Their
don't you
culture.
limit the ability of people to access those things? You already know that people are the problem.
they'll find something else.
Let
in
them.
Russia-
Let them.
Let them.
Until then.
In Russia, it's poisoning. It's chemical poisoning.
That's for the
I'm just saying.
That's for
I
the
mean,
spice.
to everyone their own. In Russia, it's chemical poisoning. In Nigeria, it's asigbe.
What's that?
Imaginary arrow.
There's a problem. There's a problem in America, and America needs to start dealing with it.
The problem is they're not going to deal with it because it's capitalism based. Anybody that goes up to speak to them and tell them, the NRA sponsors 3/4 of the Republicans.
Okay, let me ask this question. In Nigeria, so how do we deal with the problem? They
Of-
cut people up for rituals and stuff. How do we prevent these people from having the tools to cut people up? Same thing.
What do you mean?
You see, the thing is,
What do you mean by it's not the same
What do you
thing?
mean by same thing?
People are getting killed.
Yes.
But
What
not-
are they using to kill them?
Different things, right?
Like,
I don't know, machetes, knives, guns.
so why don't we stop guns and machetes and knives
No, but
and
it
stuff?
is
Because
illegal to
people
have
are
guns in
getting killed.
Nigeria.
All right, but knives are not illegal. Cutlasses,
Because knives have
machetes,
secondary.
machetes.
They have not secondary. They have primary use.
So
I
they are weapons.
I don't know why you just did
Guns
that.
have primary use.
That was so uncalled
Yeah,
for.
but guns have primary use as well.
What, what's the
now.
primary use for?
War.
War. Who fights war? The regular civilians fight war. If you want to fight war, go into the army.
For
And
people
when
like
you are-
hunting
when you are-
and shooting stuff, you release them. Have you gone paintballing before?
I have several.
Do you like that shit?
I do.
Exactly. I mean, I've gone
That's because
a
I'm
number of
fucking
times.
good at it.
Exactly. You play Call of Duty as well.
Yeah,
You like that shit.
but that's where it stays,
No, but
right?
do you like that shit?
Yes.
Would you like a fully immersive experience where it was kind of like VR and like you are shooting stuff? And
Niggas respawn.
so let me ask you
Niggas
this.
respawn.
Let me ask you this one question. Yeah? I want you
I-
to be brutally honest with me. Imagine if you could be spawned, right, in a planet, right? In a planet where there are like zombies or like, goofy animals or like, sick shit. And you had any weapon of choice. And your mission was to obliterate these fucking parasites that were killing innocent animals.
Yeah, but
No,
this is a
tell
far
me.
cry. But
no,
this is a far
far
from-
cry or not,
Mhm,
would you want to take that mission?
for like 15 minutes.
Jesus Christ, that's what I'm saying.
Because even the paintballing,
It's too much fun. You
it's
like to do that
tiring.
shit. Yes, it is, but you like to do that shit every day.
tiring.
But you still do that shit every other
I'll
day.
do it every weekend.
No,
Every
no.
weekend,
So
not
imagine,
every day.
imagine energy was not an issue.
At all. But
Be honest,
that's
you
a
do
lot
that
of
shit every day.
imagining for something that is in
Okay.
their constitution.
Just
Just
as the
go
same
out.
amount of imagining that guns kill people, people actually do kill people.
Well,
I don't endorse America's policy on gun ownership, and so I think it's stupid because
countries that have repealed
people are
these laws,
inherently stupid, right?
well, countries that have repealed
That's
their
what makes
gun
us
laws,
human.
countries that have repealed their gun laws, maybe think about the Australias and the whatever, they haven't had a mass shooting in 20 odd years.
Yeah, but people still get killed. You
Yes,
go on
but
holiday,
not
they
en masse.
push you off the
But
cliff.
not en masse. Not en masse.
I mean,
You don't.
Brother.
It's not done.
if
not en
you
masse.
ask me, I think a lot more crime happens in many other places. America is a vigilante community, a society, right? Where a lot of things get reported. So we hear the reports and we all scream and say, oh, America is such a horrible place. But it's not true. It's only because they actually report stuff. And it's not even all the stuff they report. It's just
Of course you
better,
know all this stuff.
better.
That's even what makes it worse, right?
No, that's not what makes it worse. Places like Nigeria where nothing is reported, I actually probably believe that at least 500 to 1,000 people get killed in Nigeria every day.
Oh yeah, the American
Probably
police,
more.
yeah, kill over 1,000 people. So it's
But Peter,
Yeah,
I
so
think
thousands of people
I think
probably get killed
trying
in
to
this
do this
country every day.
trying to do
We
this
don't
com-
report, we cover stuff up.
yes, but trying to do this comparison is taking away from
The fact
the
that
issue, yeah, right? So of course people will get killed. People get killed everywhere. Lots of people that go missing probably were killed, right? But it's different from a child being able to access certain weapons, walk into a school. I've not heard of a mass shooting in Nigeria.
yes, because people don't have access to guns. If they did, you would hear of it every day.
That's my point. So once you have realized that the people are the problem, why don't you do things to limit them getting access to these
I mean,
things?
the guns don't pick up themselves and go shoot people.
Exactly.
So saying that guns don't kill people, people that kill people is lots of things kill people.
So yes, there are lots of loopholes in their policies and everything, which was
Lots of loopholes.
which was done by you know their
Their founding
legislators and everything, because you know
The
they sell
legislators still collect money.
they sell guns to, you know, there's the illicit
Of course,
trade.
the NRA and gun advocates, they're out there steady advocating for gun rights and people to have access to guns. But like I said, and like I said to him in the house, I was like, see, all this thing is all fine and good. It's
They're
good to
afraid.
make all these excuses over and over and over till it starts to hit so close to home. Like now, most of the people that are in power, they are still kind of sheltered from these things. But once it starts getting to their door, they will now realize that, hey, we
Over
should
the
have
last
stopped
week,
these things.
over the last week, did you guys see the video of live feed of EFCC trying to get Rochas?
Oh my God! Sorry, we're going to discuss that, but please, after this, is there not something more casual, happier that we can? I feel like everything we discuss now is like so sad. But please continue with
Sad.
Rogers.
I'm not sad.
I mean, I'm sad.
I'm elated.
Fucking guy.
Please tell us about Rogers.
The whole EFCC tried to get him. His daughter had everybody on live. EFCC did breach. Came through the roof
Oh, seen that.
to pick him up, and then the police outside shooting sporadically.
Did they shoot?
Yeah, just shooting.
Video of them. She's like the one guy was literally directing them, saying, shooting.
For what?
I'm like,
A bullet is expensive, isn't it? How many thousand naira
do
is
they pay
it?
for bullets in
What
Nigeria?
fucking course are you playing?
No, I mean the officers. 'Cause I know like in America, like
Every
officers
bullet ought to be accounted for. Do they?
Ought
I
to
don't
be.
know.
ought to be.
Are they?
Well, they shouldn't.
So, anywho's,
I don't know why, like, fucking foot patrol needs to carry guns.
And why AK-47s?
And AK, are you
Do you understand? Like,
fucking
why an
in war?
AK-47?
Actually, for
Carry a bloody pistol like
until
a
we
P90.
get to a point of safety where those things can be taken away. I've seen situations where a riot busts out and the police will pull their uniform and they'll bail, because that's the first people the rioters are going to face.
Of course, why not?
So they should please
That-
be armed. The people that shouldn't be armed.
They should not be armed.
See, even road safety came out to say, please arm us.
But
For what?
let's understand that these things are, to a large extent, cause and effect situations.
Cause and-
Nobody would really hate the police if they were behaving well. Now, fine, let them be armed. Have a sidearm.
Can I also-
Why do you have an automatic? An AK-47 is a war weapon.
Yep.
Why are you holding that among civilians? Like you see them strolling down the roads.
You haven't checked. We've
Some
been
of
at
them
war
are
for a minute.
some of them are not even in their uniform. They are off duty. They are strolling around with AK-47s. Like why? If for nothing,
Swag.
you put your citizens on edge.
My guy, we are the edge.
What's the
See,
case for roof safety having weapons?
Intimidation.
By
No,
whom?
no, actually,
Yeah, not
I don't know.
intimidation.
During the holidays, all the way from Abuja to Jos, if you drive by road, every 10 to 20 kilometers, you see at least one or two road safety officials on the road. These are roads that have bandits. it's nice once in a while for them to be able to protect themselves.
Do bandits use vehicles, cars?
Oh no, they just pull up and they shoot at whatever, and then they see you in uniform, you will get killed. Regardless of your uniform, whether you're a fucking Boy Scout or you're the fucking IG of police, you're going to get killed.
Target practice, eh?
So the fact that they are on the road,
My question.
they are going to face,
My
and then
question-
bandits also drive.
My next question is, why does road safety need to be on the road?
For road safety.
Tell me what road safety has ever done in front of you.
They have told people to slow down.
The what?
They told people to slow down. No. I shit you not. If you drive Jos Abuja during the holidays, you would appreciate them.
Right. So
Because just people seeing them is going to tell them, is going to actually slow down whatever they are speeding or whatever they do.
But Jos is predominantly like a student town, isn't it?
You're talking about. You're talking about.
state.
You're talking about. Oh, you're
I'm
talking
No,
talking
no, no,
of
no, no,
personal
no.
You're
experience.
talking about the express.
So I know
Yes.
it's a
Exactly.
state.
So now,
What I mean is you have a lot of students making up population there.
And Jos.
Yes.
No, he's not. He's not talking about Jos itself.
I'm talking of
Please.
the road.
He's talking about
to
the road
Jos.
leading-
All the
leading
states
Jos.
leading Jos, Kaduna, Nasarawa, Plateau. There are at
So
least
federal roads.
federal roads. And I don't know how it is going down south. I'm just talking on the roads from at least Jos, from at least Abuja to Jos. Every 10 to 20 kilometers, there is at least one or two road safety officials on the
Okay.
road
But also
every day.
yes, but there is a what's the word? There's a speed limit on expressways.
Are you going
Right.
to physically tell people the speed limit? As in, which one do you
No, but
rather
I'm just
do
saying,
you
like,
think works more?
It's unlikely that those people are above the speed limit for an expressway, right? But other than that, there's already police presence on the expressways. So what the road safety are doing, the police can do it, or they can partner together. They can have
You see,
one.
that's the problem.
They can have one.
Road safety is a
Reputation
department.
also matters.
Road
What's
safety.
reputation?
Road safety is a department under the Nigerian police.
Should be. It should be.
It is.
It should be.
It
Is
is.
it?
They are
It is.
separate entities.
I think they are separate.
They are
It-
separate
They
entities.
no yes road safety. VIO came out of road safety.
It is. Yes.
I don't know- I don't
they
know.
Are their own department under the Nigerian police force.
So you think? But then they have.
Also-
but then
also-
they have different reputations.
And they also have different.
They have reputations.
What am I calling it? None of them have good reputation. Let's just start from that.
No. The road
they have-
safety.
but they
has
have different-
way
I don't know
better
that they
reputation.
don't. I'm
Those
just
guys
saying.
would
They have
fucking
what?
help you out if you're in a jam.
What kind of jam?
The road safety, I am telling you, the road safety has 200% better reputation than
Maybe.
almost every
Maybe.
other uniformed
You
personnel in Nigeria.
The only reputation I know from them, Sha, and VIO is delaying people.
VIO
And
only.
causing-
VIO.
That's all I know.
VIO.
Because like I think
That's because you're inside the city.
I think. But that's where I live. That's where I predominantly see them. I think that all those checks that they do, they are so irresponsible. Because your people that are on the road, they're trying to get to places because of the ineptitude of your organization. You are now stopping people to say, "Let me park here. Let me see your paper." Just randomly. There's no basis for the stopping.
That's the work of VIO.
Two of them do it. VIO, road safety, they both do it. And it's annoying. It's fucking annoying. I'm trying to get somewhere and you're holding me up because you think I don't have my papers. Like, get yourself a fucking electronic scanner. Scan the plate number, know that the papers are up to date.
I'd like to
Update
point
your
out.
fucking
I'd like
system.
to point out.
You guys keep.
I'd like to point out that if your fire extinguisher is dead or your tires are dead, the fucking scanner is not going to pick it out. It's going to be an official that is going to tell you your
Oh my
tires are
God.
going to skid into
See,
an accident.
all this
or your
nonsense,
fire-
all this nonsense that they do.
Do you have
is
fire
not-
extinguisher in the UK or anywhere?
Hey, just don't say that. Who checks that in America or
What
in the
the
UK
bloody
or
hell is
any
that
other country in the
bullshit?
world?
That's for your own safety.
It's my
For
own
whose own
safety.
safety?
Leave me.
Fuck the UK and the
Guy,
US
no.
right here.
My brother.
No.
A car can spontaneously combust.
Yeah, anywhere in the world.
Look, a car can
In Ghana, do they
combust.
have them?
A car can combust.
Do they have in South Africa?
When the car combusts,
Tranquilo,
based
Papa,
on
tranquilo.
when the car combusts, instinct is to get as far away from the car
Exactly.
as possible.
No,
You
not
do
to
that.
use your-
You're not going to open the boot. The boots, like the mechanisms, probably will not work in the first place. You're not going to open the boot to try and get extinguisher to go to a fucking burning
Guy-
engine
guy,
that is
those
exposed to
things-
compressed gas.
Those things,
You know, to try and put it out. You are running for your
those things-
flipping
those
dear
things
life.
Are advisement.
So
You're
all
advised to
that's
keep your tires in
all
check.
BS.
You're advised to have your fire extinguisher. It's not for someone. So imagine I'm trying to get somewhere in this. Abuja is even okay. Just imagine I'm in Lagos trying to
You
get
are
somewhere,
trying to get somebody.
trying to
You
get out
see,
of traffic.
You're thinking of me. What about the next person on
Which
the road?
next person?
Your tires can fucking
You can buy brand new
affect
tire.
the next person.
You can buy brand new tire today that bust on the road.
yes, but what are the probabilities? We're talking probabilities
Guy,
here. I'm
you
not.
don't-
Wait, hold on.
So somebody now-
All you've done about
someone
is
now-
talk about I'm
so-
trying to get somewhere.
Yes.
Everybody on the
Because
road
it-
is trying to fucking get somewhere.
Exactly.
But
But I
then
don't need.
your
I don't
busted
need-
tire can
I
affect the
don't
next
need-
person.
I don't need.
True.
I don't need.
Your busted tire can affect the
Agreed.
next person.
But I
Your
don't
fire
need-
extinguisher can help
I-
the next
I
person.
don't- Are you- Yes.
Yes, but why is it always I'm trying to get
But that
somewhere?
is not the responsibility of someone else to enforce it
Tell
on me.
them that's their constitution.
So but
That's
saying the
why
same thing.
they have the uniforms.
See, that's what I just said. All those things are things that they tell you under advisement. It's not for you to stop me on the road and give me for 20 minutes to check whether my tire is
Bros,
expired.
we're in
Whether I
a
have
country. We're in a country where
Guy.
anything goes. We are anyhow to every fucking situation.
What does that have
We
to-
are anyhow to any
what does that
fucking.
have to- Okay.
It has to do with
All right,
everything.
Okay. We're anyhow to any situation. Okay.
We are anyhow to every fucking situation.
Are we let anyhow because of VIO? Or,
Yes.
or road? No, I don't
yes,
think so.
yes, we
Ah,
are.
I don't forget it. I see road safety checking people. People see them and start reversing on the fucking express. They start, on the road. They start reversing. They don't stop them.
So you're just
I see-
backing my
hold on.
point.
Hold
You're just
on.
backing my
Yeah.
point
I'm
saying
not backing your
we are
point. I'm
anyhow.
telling you that they're not doing. So they are not
In the
making,
UK or the US,
they're not making you
do
any-
they see police and start reversing on the highway?
they're not making you any less anyhow.
Case
They're not-
closed,
because
point
in the
made.
UK you don't see people on the road checking you for things.
They don't have to because they don't behave anyhow.
Why can they not behave anyhow?
It's automated.
Why can they not? Exactly.
You haven't paid your shit. Like,
Exactly,
you know,
because
you're
shit is
getting
automated.
fined.
Because if you are reversing on the road, a camera will pick you up. Like, what are we talking about?
My guy, you get camera for outside.
Whose
You
fault
bet.
is that? Did you know in red cameras all
So,
over
so,
the city?
so a question is this: would you endorse those cameras?
Will I endorse the use of cameras?
Yes.
Of course.
Would you?
When we don't even have the database to
No,
back
no,
it.
no,
that's
no,
not
no,
what
no,
they
no.
ask
That's
you.
not
Will
the
you
question.
endorse the
Would
use of
you
cameras?
endorse it?
Of course, I would endorse the use of cameras. I've
That's-
seen their point. I've seen them work.
That's all you have to
I've
say.
seen
all
them
it
work.
is.
But then we don't even have the
cannot-
database.
You cannot. Who's again?
What
Whose
database?
fault?
Wait,
You're saying
hang
you don't
on,
database,
hang on.
whose
What
fault?
database- what
you don't
database?
have? How many years have they been collecting your information?
Hang on.
Every time you go and renew, how many years? They
What
don't have database.
database? What
We have-
database?
a central database
Yeah.
where your car
Mm-hmm.
is linked to your national identity, so that if your
My
plate,
car-
wait, let
Yes.
me talk now.
Yes.
So that if your plate number is flagged, it's sent to your email. It's
Yes.
sent to your house address.
No, to your email address. They'll send it
To your
you.
house address. Okay,
They
who is
can
going to
send
catch
it-
you in your
they
email
can-
address?
You can send you physical
Who
copy.
is going
but,
to catch you to your
but
email
they'll
address?
send you your email address. They'll
So
send
who
to
is
your
going to
email.
catch you? How many of our police officers can use email?
No, so not the ones on the street.
Who are you now putting
The administrative
who's
ones
now
can.
to blame for this?
The
I'm just saying
hang
it's
on,
cause
the,
and
the,
effect.
the administrative
We are
ones
where
can.
we are, using what we have to do what we can. First of all, I'm not a fan of the police, but then people are making it seem like we're this beautiful economy where we have cameras. We have what we have, and we're doing what we can with what we have.
Yeah, they need to change that. That's what I'm saying.
Who is they?
We have police, we have road safety, we have VIO, us delaying and stressing people. on the road.
Holmes is they.
The
Holmes.
government now. Who am I to talk to? Is it you? It's not you I'm talking to since.
Aren't
now.
we the government?
It's not you I'm talking to since. They need to change it because it's fucked up. I can tell you that, like, it is fucked up because you are just there again, like I said, this shit is just even random.
It is right.
It's just even fucking random. One day I was going, the guy had held up the car in front of me, the light changed to green, he was still there holding it up. By the time the guy went, one car went, another car went, this guy now, I was so fucking pissed. I'm like, you've kept me here the whole fucking night. And he was not telling me why am I not smiling with him. Smiling with him about what? And I told him, like, because you have delayed me, you have kept me in this fucking place. What are you on about? What am I smiling with you about? I show you my papers, gave him the papers. He looked and gave me back. Like, okay, what next? Like, it's so unnecessary. It is so fucking unnecessary. It's annoying, and they need to change it. We don't need all that presence on the road doing nothing. They are not saving people from being robbed. They are not saving people from having accidents. They are doing nothing to help anything. I go to places, you see roads, you see people will form 3, 4 lanes. Road safety will come. They will not arrest those people. They will say they are doing work.
I'd like to point out that.
Do you have a family that work in road safety?
No, I don't.
Are you
I'd like
sure?
to point out that during the holiday period, my family travels a lot, and people who go and get into accidents, it's those road safety checkpoints that saves lives. They're the ones who go, save lives, and send them to the hospitals. So when it comes to reputation, way better than police.
How do we get into this conversation?
I don't know. But
What were we talking
trying
about
not to be depressing, but here we are, being depressing.
What were we talking about before this? Oh, you're talking about Rochas.
Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about
so-
people shooting guns.
Yeah, so we
talking
can still
about-
go. Are we going back to politics? Peter Obi or something? I don't know. He's joined Labour
What
Party,
about
so-
Peter Obi? Has he officially joined Labour?
Yeah, I read something about him joining Labour.
Yeah,
So,
so...
the PDP is fucked. So we have another
How is
4
PDP
years
He
of...
joined.
Hold up. How is PDP fucked? Because Peter Obi left.
Yes.
How?
The mathematics is...
Yes.
In mathematics.
The young people and whosoever
Yes.
believes in Peter Obi
Okay.
Peter.
feels wronged. And they
Yes.
feel PDP is the same thing as APC. PDP is supposed
Okay.
to be the opposition.
Okay.
They are behaving exactly
Okay.
like APC.
How?
I don't know. Everybody believes the businessman, the shining light, the knight in armor,
Yes.
Peter Obi,
Yes.
should have been the flag bearer for the PDP.
Okay, stop there. Stop there.
Wait, I'm finished.
No.
I'm finished.
I don't think there's need. Go on.
So who else is left in the PDP?
And there are many people.
Have you? Can I go on?
Proper politicians.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
good.
Go ahead.
So we're discussing politics, right?
Mhm.
Peter Obi is supposed to be a politician, right?
Supposed to be, yeah.
Good. So he's engaged. Is playing a game, political game, right?
Yeah.
So he needs to win. That's the outcome,
Yeah, he's doing
right?
Popularity pacing contest.
Okay. What do you call it? Is it single sum or what's it called?
0 sum.
Zero sum game. Perfect. Yes.
Naturally.
Now, for him to emerge, he must defeat these other people.
Yes, sir.
To defeat them, he must know what the rules and the terms, what the conditions, rules, and everything is, right? Or what they are, basically, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, for him to pull out, what does that mean? He's come to his senses. He knows he's not whatever. Let me tell you something about leadership, and it's what I was saying earlier on. It's not about the path of least resistance that a bunch of stupid young Nigerians are,
Ooh.
Yes, I'm saying that because we are. 9 out of 10 Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, have no idea how the electoral processes work in this country, talk less about any other country. They don't understand what primaries are.
Is that by design?
Most people think that leaders are selected at general elections. It's not true. You are stupid if you think that. The leaders are selected at the primaries. That's where the leaders are selected. So if you're not deeply invested in the primaries of any political party, then you're a retard. Then you now ask yourself this next question. The only way you can participate or have a voice is to be a member of a party. How many of these clowns that are screaming on Twitter or whatever it is, how many of them are party members? Probably mostly none of them.
Banky don't know.
Please.
Banky L.
Now, okay, so we move on beyond that.
I'm listening, girl.
How many of them, even if they are members, are active members? See, let me tell you something. We are all citizens of a country. You can admit it, reject it, be stupid, be whatever you want, yeah? But a fundamental fact is that we are all politicians. Most of us are just not active politicians. To be a politician is to be concerned about the political welfare of your country. It is an inherent inheritance. You are a politician. You're just a nominal one. So to say, I don't believe in politics, you're stupid. Wait, hold on. And then you say, oh, these people is what? I'm not going to vote. And you're a fool. Because it is you who has registered for a card. You have a card you've refused to collect. You have PVC, you have not voted. It's how they rig people in. You haven't appeared. And so they use your records to cast a vote on your behalf. One that you may or may not endorse. That's how rigging happens in the country. So you refusing to vote, it's just you being fucking retarded.
Okay. So, can I, for the young people, can I rebut? Can I do I have a rebuttal?
Yes, final before you
rebuttal?
whatever. So you say you want a leader. A leader is someone who, against all odds, endures and pulls people along and says, look, this is what I will do. And you go ahead and do it. You don't follow path of least resistance. You don't try to follow the back door. You are not a leader. And so, as far as leadership is concerned, I cannot add you to that list, short list of people I will consider. So the ones that you said people are disgruntled because he left a party because of XYZ, I'll say yes, he was not a leader in the first place, so good riddance to bad rubbish.
All right. So can I have a rebuttal? First of all, for the young people.
I like him a lot, but sorry.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
First of all, for the young people, by design, by mistake or design.
For young people, I'm a young person to go on.
Yeah, for young people.
Go on.
Whatever we think,
I'll praise.
fuck our opinion.
No, that's not true.
It's true. It's absolutely fucking true.
No.
How many? Wait, hold on. For the young people, whether by design or by mistake, what we've been running is not, of course, democracy as it is, it's never perfect. But how do you tell me, how old is Atiku?
75.
So in the 1980s, he was in his 30s.
Yes.
So the young people in our 30s were not even born.
Yes. No, they were. But go on, yes.
Because the people born in the 80s are approaching 40 now. Okay, let's say
yes,
they're born.
I'm approaching 40 now.
Yes. So, fucking guy too is approaching 40, but he's there laughing.
I mean,
so for the young people,
it's like, why are
we're
you
still
laughing?
competing with people who started their political.
Oh, I'm definitely
this thing.
not competing with any of them.
You see, but you just insulted everybody who is a nominal
Yes.
politician.
Yes, I did, and I will, and I'll continue to.
Fair.
I'll tell you why.
Hold on.
Good.
So first of all, the resources. We're in poverty capital of the world. Hear me out.
Hear him out.
I'm listening
The
to you. Go on.
resources
Yes.
are skewed.
Hmm.
When I see resources, I'm not speaking only funding.
Hmm.
I'm speaking religious, cultural, socio-cultural pull.
Yes.
These are the resources
Yes.
that have been pulled
Yes.
to people who were
Yes.
in politics from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Okay.
and they are still the guys running shows in 2022.
Okay.
Whatever young people are involved in politics right now,
Okay.
just want to be better past my neighbor.
Okay.
They're feeding off scraps from the table. They are not on the table. The table belongs to octogenarians who refuse to die,
Sinner, they refuse to die.
and they refuse to relinquish power.
Okay.
Because the I better pass my neighbor syndrome is going to make sure that they and their families are going to retain such legacies.
All right. Cool. Let me stop you there.
Secondly, you said something about being a nominal politician, not being part of a party. We've come to see that regardless of whom do you think you are, if these resources are not available to you, you are shit. Voter apathy is a thing that every Nigerian, we're too poor to do anything else but survive. Thinking of the next 4 years is way too far for the average Nigerian.
Okay.
He's thinking about tomorrow
Okay.
being Sunday.
Okay.
Since we've already entered Saturday. He can't get past that. And then thirdly,
He believes he can't get past that. Go on.
yeah, and then thirdly, you said something about being a leader is going through, I don't know, I'm paraphrasing, thick and thin for what you believe. It's politics. It's nasty, nasty shit. It's rubbish. It's doing what you
What's
can.
rubbish?
It's politics.
How is politics rubbish?
It's smelly. Even war has
How is
has
politics
rules.
smelly?
Even war has rules.
has
Politics has
war
zero
has
rules.
War has no rules. There are no rules to war, sorry.
And there's zero rules to politics.
That's-
There's less rules in politics than there is in war.
No, politics has methods.
War is politics.
No. So
War is a type of politics.
can I say?
So wait, sorry, I'm finishing. sorry.
Is what he said.
That's what she said.
I'm listening.
Anyway, the politics being as nasty as it is and as shameless as we are as a people, the most shameless people make the best politicians.
No. Go on.
I'm done.
So I'm done.
So
Done.
Can I just say something
So,
before Peter
so
dies?
I don't want to lose everything he
Oh,
said.
okay.
What is politics?
It's a nasty business.
It's a game. It's not nasty. It's a lie. People who sell that to you are trying to scare you away from it, so you don't involve yourself in it because they feel inferior, and they don't want more people who are clever enough to think and decide for themselves to be a part of this game and push them out. And if you decide that yes, it truly is a dirty, nasty game, then you are just as retarded as they thought you could be.
I am.
Yeah, really
So-
cool, just in calling people names tonight.
Yes, because a lot of young people need to be actively involved in this, and they need to understand why. So everyone who thinks about, oh, what is fair, what is not fair, oh, just or not just, oh, it's politics, it is right, it is not right, it is morals, they are silly. Politics is not about ethics.
AKA the
It's
shameless.
not about any of that. Politics is purely about interest. You need to understand that. You need to think about it. You need to absorb it. You need to rethink about it, reabsorb it, and do it over and over again. It's about interest. So when you say, why is a 70-year-old man doing this? We are all going to age. Ageism is a thing. Just if you're against racism and tribalism, why are you all pro ageism? Because you're a younger person and the older people? You're going to age. We are the uncles now that we used to laugh at when we were teenagers. Do you remember? We had a lot of energy. We could dance, we could move, we could do everything. These days, we get tired by even breathing. We used to laugh at our uncles that were too tired to throw us in the air and do this and that. We are those uncles and aunties now. We are going to get there.
Who told you I'll get there? Nobody's laughing.
Maybe you might die sooner. My commiserations and condolences, but for now you're here. I love you. I'll spend more time with you. But the bottom line, the bottom line is this, right? Age. You can't. You should not. You must not discriminate based on age. You see, leadership is not about age. That this person is older. This is, and it brings us back to the same debate about, you know, in the heat of the moment where decisions have to be made, are you going to flee or are you going to fight?
Oh yeah,
That's your mark of leadership. Hold on, hang that thought. That's your mark of leadership, number one. You first of all need to acknowledge what the game is. Oh, that there's somebody who wants to coerce the voters, the delegates, with financial aid or whatnot. And you say, hang on, this cannot happen. If he wants to pay you 1, I'll give you 1, I'll give you 5. Do what you wanted to do. Don't let them derail you from what was going to happen. I, as a contestant, right? Any contestant would rather not spend a fucking penny for people to decide. But if there's somebody else that wants to confuse the people that will decide with financial coercion, and you're able to stop that and arrest it. I'm just telling you as it is.
I like how you're proving my point.
No. It's not, yeah. So if you're able to arrest it and say, no, stop. This is what it is. This is the mandate. Forget, because you cannot stop the other person from doing what they are doing. The most you can do is counter it. So where you are unable to counter, you say, sorry, I surrender. Thanks for running.
Is that not part of the game?
It is the game. So if you come out and you now start cursing the game and everything, then you're a bad person because you knew what the game was.
Oh no, but he didn't curse the game. He just cursed the players.
No, so you cannot curse the players.
Game's the game.
Why are you cursing the? You knew what the game was. You knew who the players were before you came in. If you didn't know, then you are naive, and why were you even playing in the first place? So you are not the kind of leader that we need. Look, see, you need to understand the dilemma this country is. Nigeria does not need a saint. You ask yourself, what is a saint in the first place? And if this person that you think is a saint, the person is not a flipping saint. Because I can point out many situations where saintlyhood could have come into play and they kept quiet. Online, there's a lot of personality and image laundering. You know about this.
I am aware. That's politics.
If this person was that much of a saint, why did the person not come out and say, this is not true, this is what it is? You endorse image laundering and yet you say financial coercion is bad. Are they not the same thing?
They
Good.
are. But that's the game.
So if they are, then
But that's the game,
then
isn't
tell him to shut up.
That's me saying. That's me saying there are no rules.
So if they are, you tell him.
That's me saying
you
there
tell
are no
him.
rules.
So you tell him you tell him to calm down. He lost at the game he was playing. His strategy did not work.
So he changed strata.
So good luck to him.
Normally.
I love him, but I cannot vote for him because he has proven that he is not the kind of this thing that we need.
It's not everything that is.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Go.
If this person had reached out to the Twitter fan base or to whatever fan base and said, listen, these people want to use money to take away our mandate.
You think they would have raised money for him?
What are you talking about?
I hear you, but what if that's the?
Do you reckon people will not have donated? So if people will not have donated, then it even proves the point that he's just carrying bandwagon of psychophants. So please, just bye bye to bad rubbish.
I really don't care about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because what I'm saying is the supposed
Yes.
opposition party, which was supposed to lead us into the light.
Not us. Who is us?
Who is us?
I knew they were not going anywhere. They were going into the cupboard. I knew that from day one. So
Yeah,
there really is no us
personally,
here.
I think with the way our political system is run, which is a bit skewed, because it's not like the two biggest parties have opposing views. It's the same fucking people, just different colors.
Good for you.
Because think about it, if you think about Labour and Conservative, or you think about Democratic and Conservative, or whatever, everybody has what that's in developed countries. Or you're thinking about left wing and right wing. Everybody has what they are aiming
They have ideologies.
for. They have
That
ideologies.
stand them out from the other party.
We just have, this guy is a bigger thief than this guy. Let's bring him to our party so that he help us spend money. That's what we have. That's exactly what we fucking have. So it's really no point. Again, this whatever we're saying is mute, which leads us to voter apathy, which leads us to young people don't give a fuck because old people are making the point
Has
that APC is the
nothing
same as
to do with
PDP.
old. Has nothing to do with old people. Has nothing to do with old people. Young people are just misguided, lazy, and they actually are flipping lazy. They don't want to think for themselves. You barely look. Just go out, interact with people, young people.
Okay, wait. Think about what?
Hmm?
Think about what? What do you want young people to think about?
This decision
what
I'm
are
making.
the ideologies? Because right now we're not voting ideologies, we're voting people. Which makes our democracy skewed. We're not voting ideologies. We're not voting somebody to go in and fix whatever our monetary policy is.
Right.
We're voting people based off their personal reputations.
So my brother,
and these people,
if
and
you're
as
voting,
wait,
if you're
hold on,
voting,
hold on. We're voting people based off their personal reputation. And if, as we can say, the best politicians are the most shameless, where does that leave us?
okay. So if you're voting someone based on, you said something monetary policy or something. What was it you said?
I said
No. He's
nobody.
saying
We're
that
not
nobody
voting
on
an
the issues.
ideology that is
Okay.
going to change maybe our monetary policy
Okay,
or
good.
going to
So
change
hold
anything.
on.
We're voting
Hold
people
on.
based off
Hold
their
on.
reputation,
Hold on. So
personal reputation.
So what you're voting is leadership, right? What you're voting
Supposed.
is leadership.
What
if
we're
you're
voting is
voting,
PR
if you're
of
voting,
leadership.
if you're voting somebody, if you have same PR for.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm a successful businessman. You're lying. But in any case, if that is it, then I don't need to vote for you. I don't need to vote for you. You cannot.
No, this is not based
No,
off
hang
of one.
on. I'm
This is
just
based off
just saying.
all
Fair enough. I don't need to vote
all the
for
politicians.
you. I'm just using that as a case study. Then it means I don't have to vote for you.
I mean,
Because
vote for
I
anyone.
can lobby for you to be Minister of Finance. That is where your best fit is, since that is what you say you are good at. Good. But you see, leadership, involves many more things. Networking, reaching out, the affinity to be able to speak with all groups, bring them together, to reduce conflict and everything. That's what you should be gunning for. All this economy, I did this. That's the minister's job.
Yes, but
So
people
you are
don't hear
campaigning
me.
to be
You're not
minister, no
listening to me.
problem.
You're not listening to me. We're not voting
Okay.
people or we're not voting parties off
Okay.
of their ideologies.
Okay.
We're voting people
Yes.
off of their personal. This is already
But you
a
should.
flaw in
But
the
you
system.
should vote
This
people.
is already,
You should vote. You should actually vote people based on their personal qualities. It's called leadership, right?
Yeah, but how
Yes.
do we? But we the voters, how do we actually even know what their personal qualities are? We don't.
Yes,
know them, we don't know
because-
them personally.
Yeah. So they
If I'm
speak.
voting-
They
if I-
reach out.
They reach out to who? I've not been reached out. I
You
don't know.
listen.
We're
you hear a
voting,
message
we're
if
voting
you're
whatever
willing
their
to
PR
listen.
tells us to
No,
vote.
but
No.
no.
Or whatever.
So I'm
has
sure-
made it
I'm
to the
sure-
PR.
I'm sure-
Peter, there is PR.
No.
PR is not who somebody
So
is.
so that's the thing.
Yes.
Right now, you've watched lots of TV publications and read the news about some of them going from state to state to speak with delegates and stakeholders. So they've done that to speak with the people who are necessary,
That's the game.
who are important to vote for them during the primaries.
That's the resources.
That is your
Those are the
first point.
resources.
Are they going to speak to them and they're going to give them money?
They've gone to speak to them.
Those are the resources.
That's your first pointer, right? That's your first pointer. Who are the ones who actually reached out to as many people across the federation as possible? That's number one. Then number two, you say, how many of them have sustained interactions with these people? Let me tell you something. People talk a lot about, this thing is about money, it's not about money. Please, let's not be stupid. We are all human beings, right? Relatively speaking, somewhere, you are money bags. In certain circles, you agree with me? Now, tell me if there's any point in time where you feel you'd rather give money out than not give money to achieve any one goal.
Of course, you'd rather not give money
Exactly my point. So why do we think that these guys are alien?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. You think they want to give up their fortune that most of them, whether they earned it hard, yes. So there's that stupid assumption that all of them is ill-gotten, but people work hard, right? Even the ill-gotten, they still put a lot of effort to whether it's but they do, whether it's scam, whether it's not scam, whether it's legitimate. There's effort there. Why do you want to give up that effort to somebody else that has not contributed anything towards the acquisition of these funds?
Well, you see,
You rather not give anything, is my point.
I hear you.
You rather not give anything. So if the rule was, based on merit, based on this, right? They'll rather play that game. But when you have one or two outliers that are trying to coerce people, and you know that, you have a mandate, and you've made a lot of commitments and everything, and you can counter them to say, look, stop. This is what this is what that person is offering. Okay, look, this is what this is. Forget all that nonsense. Just do the right thing. Don't be distracted by them.
But do you see that?
You are telling me that you won't take that option or you won't endorse that?
But do you see
Let's
that?
call a spade now.
This is deliberate.
What is deliberate?
The system.
How so? That's good stuff. How so?
You like it?
Mm.
You guys just leave your argument to burn the wrong.
Good stuff. Yeah. See,
It's quality.
Peter has,
It's Cuban.
without
See?
continuously insulting people like for no reason. Like,
No, I
Peter
haven't
has some
insulted
points,
anyone
right?
really.
The truth is that people need to be involved from the beginning.